Hey, this is Greg from the Megas.
And this is Eric from the Megas.
We'd like to say congratulations to Josh, Keith, and Kyle from the Critical Strike podcast on their 1-year anniversary.
Well done, gentlemen. Mazel to the future.
Yes.
Alright, welcome to episode 22 of the Critical Strike podcast, our 1-year anniversary episode. I'm Josh McNell, and today with me is the angry Keith Harbour.
Hello.
And Kyle Dumont.
Cry, babies, cry. Make your mothers sigh.
Why so angry, Keith?
It's been a shitty week, followed by a shitty weekend, and next week will probably be just as bad.
Yeah, you've been sick too, huh? Not feeling too good?
Yeah. Yep. I'm sick, my girlfriend's sick, her daughter's sick, my parents came home from Florida. Life is wonderful.
And Kyle's sick.
I am also sick.
Good. Kyle deserves to be sick.
Kyle does not deserve to be sick.
I'd
Kyle
actually
lost his wallet this week.
Man, it's been a bad week for you guys, huh?
That sucks. I blame the universe.
I guess I blame the universe too. Moreover, I blame God.
I blame Kyle.
Also, I have many burns all over my hands and arms.
How the hell did you burn your arms?
I'm a clumsy bastard.
Are you and your girlfriend experimenting with candles?
Well, yeah. That would explain why my back and stomach hurt, but no, these burns are from me being clumsy near a 600-degree oven.
That's not a good place to be clumsy.
No, it's not.
Yeah, by the way, everybody out there, don't eat at Lorenzo's Pizza in Philadelphia. That's where Kyle works.
Hey, fuck you. Lorenzo's is awesome.
He
That's
doesn't
your
wash
job?
his hands.
Yeah, I handle pizza.
That's a hepatitis thing waiting to happen.
I don't have hepatitis.
Says you.
Says the doctor.
Okay.
Good. Glad we agree.
Alright, so, welcome to the 1-year anniversary episode. We've been doing this for a year. And,
Woohoo.
Actually, you guys been doing this for a year.
that's true. Kyle,
Mostly off and on.
Mostly off and on, yeah.
We've been interrupting Josh for about a year.
You've been interrupting me? What do you mean?
Hey Josh, are you
Well,
glad?
every time you start to talk, we interrupt you.
Yeah, I didn't say anything. I was going to right before you started the intro, but then I didn't.
That's the first time, too, I think, in
know.
probably 10 episodes.
Yeah. No cuts in the first part.
Alright, so, Kyle, what have you been up to?
Like I said, I've been sick and I lost my wallet, so I had to call up all my card people and all my banks, and I have to go up to Connecticut and get a new driver's license and get my health.
How did you lose your wallet?
I was grocery shopping, and I got pickpocketed after I got out of line.
Where do you live? Like the West Bank or something?
I live in West Philadelphia.
Oh, man. You need to move. Get out of there.
It's cheap. I live in University City, which is saying it's West Philadelphia with a smile.
You need to go to a real state like Ohio.
Yeah.
Or New Hampshire.
Ohio is flat and very dull.
It's not all
and
flat.
New Hampshire's filled with yetis and trees.
Ohio's cheap.
We have apples.
The apples are pretty good.
We have apples, too.
Yeah, but we have Getty-grown apples.
We have Appalachians.
So they're bigger.
That was terrible. Anyway, as to video games, I've been playing some Lost Odyssey, which I've been enjoying.
Woo.
Although, it's really kind of obvious what's going to happen. I'm at the second boss, and every major kind of plot point I was already able to predict. So it probably doesn't bode too well. Also on Lost Odyssey, there's that huge epic introduction, and then it turns into C-SPAN right after that.
C-SPAN?
It's when it's the ring of not congressmen, but those councilmen, and they're interrogating Gungora, the lead scientist guy.
Yeah, but spoiler alert, they die.
Why did you tell me that? I'm not at that part yet.
He said spoiler alert. What do you want?
Yeah, you could have turned off your headset.
That's not fair. You're
well, Kyle.
dick.
I can do some more if you want.
I'd like to hear some more.
No, I don't want to hear anything. I actually want to enjoy this story.
What happens after they get killed?
No, don't you fucking dare, Josh.
Well, Gungora ends up planning to revitalize the king. Like he wants
Right,
to.
at this point,
He wants to destroy the council. So he takes the king and makes him take over the area again.
Nice.
So Kyle.
Is it safe? I'm looking at you guys on Skype, and there's no bars going around, so I think it's safe.
It's
Put
safe.
the headset back on. The headset's back on.
Oh, by the way, Kyle, the new Mara princess ends up going with you.
Okay. I'm gonna have to apologize to you, Keith.
Why?
For all the little waves that just erupted out of this.
Oh, that's all right.
Blame it on Josh, because he's a dick.
It only took you a year to realize that?
Well, I knew it before.
No, actually, you know what though? Kyle has a thing where he loves to spoil anime and everything for everybody. So it's kind of like payback.
What did I spoil for you?
You didn't spoil for me, but you did it to Nick.
Oh, I did one thing when I was wasted. One.
I think that's Nick's problem anyway.
And he forgot it. He forgot about it until it happened. And he went, oh yeah, Kyle told me about this a year ago.
So Kyle, how far are you in Lost Odyssey? Just the second boss?
Yeah, I'm at the second boss. I thought I was doing pretty good because I killed the second boss, and then it was the same boss battle all over again.
More powerful though.
Yeah, I was very unhappy about that, and I died.
That boss is kind of a bastard.
He is a bastard, so now I'm...
There's a trick to it. I could spoil it for you though.
You use water rings, and you just focus on... First, you have to, either put the guys to sleep or kind of kill them in sequence so that there's only one little guy that he sucks the energy from.
Wait a minute, why are you spoiling this for our listeners?
Fuck!
Well, the game's been out for a while.
That is
So?
true. And
I haven't played it.
This is the first 2 hours of the game. Or 3 hours.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it, Keith.
Okay.
And I didn't do it that way, Kyle. I actually did it a different way. Oh, by the way, the woman in the old house, the old haunted house. Go ahead, Kyle.
I think he left.
Fucking Josh.
Kyle?
Stop
Go ahead.
that.
I didn't even say anything.
Well,
go
whatever.
ahead.
Alright. Other than that, Crisis Core. It's been 3 weeks. I'm at the last part of Crisis Core, and I have to say, it lost a lot of steam from the beginning of the game right at the end. My biggest complaint is the fucking battle system. Like, the random,
like that?
in quotes, encounter system. You walk in the center of a room and you get an encounter. You take one step to the right and you go back one step to the left and you have that same encounter. It's horseshit. And then there's the little, what's that gambling thing where you...
DMW or
yeah,
whatever?
the DMW
DMV?
thing. That's crap. I don't like it at all.
I like it. I don't know why. I just like it.
I mean, it's nice when you get a perk, but when you want to use the perk in a strategic at a certain time, you can't because it's random and that's horseshit.
Yeah, but it kind of works for it being a mobile game.
I guess, but the thing I just don't like that system. When it
Now I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Because we've been playing quite a few RPGs lately. I was having a discussion with a friend of mine the other day, and he said that he doesn't like random battles anymore. He's sick of them. Do you still like random battles?
Lost Odyssey's the first game in a while that I've played that had the first new game in a while that has random battles, and so far it's not annoying. I mean, in oh god, Tales of Symphonia was the last RPG, like the new one that I've played. Ugh. Anyway, I like Chrono Trigger. Okay, I'll use that as an example. I like Chrono Trigger's battle system where you could see the enemies and you could avoid them if you wanted to.
AKA Final Fantasy 12.
Final Fantasy 11 as well. But,
That's an MMO,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Random battling goes way back. You know, me and random battles for life. First with, Final Fantasy 1, and then Final Fantasy 1 for a while, and then 7.
Okay, Kyle. Simple question, though. Do you like them still or no?
Yeah, I still like them.
Okay, move on.
Way to cut me off. Anyway. Started playing StarCraft with a few friends the last few days, and that's pretty much all I've been doing.
You didn't ask me if I wanted to play StarCraft. I love StarCraft.
It's a local area network, so jog off.
Fuck you guys.
It's only for people who live in the ghetto.
That's true, Keith.
So you never want to play with me anyway. I already used my allotted game to play.
And Kyle, I always want to play with you.
You never want to play with me. Oh, shit. 3 weeks ago, I played Halo 3 with Chia Hippo. Not Chief. Yeah, Chia Hippo. Yeah, I forgot about that.
That's all you have to say about that?
Yeah, and you tried to play, but your Xbox 360 is made out of fail and lose.
I think you just disproved your own point, since he did try to play.
Yeah, and then he said that I couldn't play a game with him for the next 30 days because I used my one game of the month.
Yeah, it sounds fair.
Yeah, that's pretty reasonable, actually. Like, I'll play one game a month with you.
That's more than he's played with me.
Oh, that's not... That does... Oh, God, you just said you never want to play... Shaking my fist at you.
I can't get him to play baseball or golf on the PS3 because it's not hooked up to HD. Because he's a big taster.
No, it's hooked up to my HD.
Oh, it is now?
It's always been hooked up to my HD. It's on my standard def, because to use that, I would have to go downstairs, so I'm too lazy to do that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're a lazy bum who doesn't really want to play games with his friends. I get it.
Yeah, that's what I get.
Anytime that you want to play baseball, Keith, I'll play baseball with you.
How about you and Keith play baseball right now?
We're doing the podcast, Kyle.
Hey, it's been done. You can play video games and do a podcast at the same time.
Yeah, but all my equipment for podcasting is up here. I'm not carrying my desktop downstairs.
Yeah, my PS3's out in the living room.
Well, why don't you invest in a laptop?
I'm in my bedroom.
But Keith and I will play baseball very soon.
Plus, playing baseball would distract me from the hockey game I'm watching.
How are the Flyers doing?
They're down 1-0 in the second.
Fucking... Oh, God.
Go Penguins.
No, I hope the Penguins lose. But, Kyle, is that all you got?
Well, it's been 3 weeks. I probably should have been keeping track of what I've been playing. I played a bit more Patapon. The game's kind of hit and miss with me. I like the rhythm game aspect of it, but it's kind of repetitive and kind of boring. It looks great, though, and it sounds awesome, but it's not for me after playing for about 2 or 3 hours.
Fair enough. And Keith, what have you been up to?
Let's see, I've been sick, and I've been playing some MLB 08 The Show, playing my season. I'm like 15-6 with the Yankees. Played.
Have they updated the rosters at all?
I updated mine soon after the beginning of the regular season. I'm sure they keep them pretty well updated. I just haven't been downloading new updates because I like the roster I have now. Today I played some Call of Duty 4. I just went back and played some missions just to kill stuff because I've been in a bad mood today. I think that's about it as far as gaming. Just haven't really been in a gaming mood lately.
No more Rock Band, huh?
No, I just haven't been in the mood to be thwarted by my lack of dexterity.
Thwarted. Alright, let's see. I haven't had much gaming time lately, actually, which is weird coming from me. I haven't been playing many games, but I did actually manage to get a lot of Lost Odyssey time in after the podcast we did last time, and that episode I basically swore off the Xbox 360, and it actually worked for me after that. So if you want your 360 to work, make fun of it.
What do you mean swore off the 360? I mean, are you never buying another 360 game? Or are you going to be like me and try to sell it?
The selling it kind of crossed my mind, but at this point, anybody who wants one is already going to have one. So I don't know how that's going to work.
I think you'd be surprised. There are a lot of people out there who want to get one that's cheap. They don't want to pay full price for one.
That's true. I'd actually have to talk to people at work.
Yeah, who wants to do that?
Yeah, that's shitty. But I went to a marathon with Lost Odyssey, and I went from Disc 1 all the way through Disc 2, and now I'm about halfway on Disc 3. So, yeah, I got quite a bit of that done, and I was actually really, really happy that my 360 let me do it. And then after that, the whole preparing for this episode of the podcast kicked in, so I didn't really get much time to play games. When I did get to play games, it was usually like older ones that I can just pick up and play. So I beat MegaMan 1 through 5.
Oh my
again.
god.
Yeah, I know you don't like the MegaMan. Kyle likes MegaMan.
I like it, just not to the extent of your obsession.
I have no respect for Mega Man. None.
Why not?
None whatsoever.
He's a man
Why?
in blue with a gun for a hand. He's awesome.
Boring. Same thing with Street Fighter. Boring.
Yeah, Street Fighter is pretty boring.
Well, different strokes. And played some Echo Chrome last night on the PSP. That little weird mindfuck of a puzzle game. That game is absolutely awesome. And while I was preparing for this episode, I had to listen to each of the older episodes. And one thing that Nick and I talked about on the E3 episode was, for me to love this game, they need to add a level creator to it. And there's a level creator. So I was fucking around with that. And it works out pretty well, actually. Let's see. I picked up Rock Band on the PS3, the whole set. Drums, guitar, everything.
Are you serious?
Yeah?
Damn, dude.
I sent you an email about it.
He wanted to play with you, but,
You sent me an email?
Yeah.
I thought you said you were thinking about doing it.
No, I sent you an email saying, hey, I just ordered it.
I don't think I got that email.
Oh, well. But, yeah, I picked up Rock Band on the PS3, the whole set. It works out pretty well. You know what to say, though? Like, I've used all the PS2 Guitar Hero guitars, the Guitar Hero 2 360 guitar, and I prefer the Rock Band guitar, which most people don't. Most people don't like the Rock Band guitar because it just feels clunky, and they don't like the strum bar. But I actually really like it.
I really like it
think
too.
Strum bar rocks. I mean, it feels really very natural.
It does feel really natural, and I do like those little buttons that they have on the fret bar. I prefer those than the bigger ones.
For the solo, yeah.
Yeah, they work out really well, especially with my Yeti hands.
I'll have to take your word for that.
Keith and I are gonna have to give Rock Band a go. It seems.
Definitely.
Picked up.
Guys should make
I picked
a
up the
Critical
Nine
Strike
Nails
band.
pack. What, Kyle?
I said you should make a band.
We can call it Keith. We'll just call it Keith.
It's probably already taken.
I think we'll have to come up with something relatively creative, like Super Monkey Friends.
Chicken wings?
No.
Come on, chicken wings.
That sounds good right
Who
now.
doesn't like chicken wings? Yeah, that does sound pretty good.
So Nashville, Critical Strike. Man, happy
Critical
birthday.
Strike.
That's awesome.
It wasn't always called Critical Strike.
What was it called before?
It used to be called Playgasm.
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 Yeah, I've heard of that one.
Like orgasm.
Like Orgasm,
I like it.
but more playful. So basically, they're good at doing podcasts, just not naming podcasts.
So what I'd like to do for Nastro is I would like to stick my dick through a birthday cake and have them blow it.
Would you light it on fire first?
Yes, I would.
That would be just stuff. Look up sounding videos.
Okay.
Well, that's kind of scary. The fact that a penis on fire reminds you of sounding.
Just what I was about to say reminds me of it.
Are you gonna wish him a happy one?
Yeah. You should. He sent me an email when they were trying to rename their podcast from Playgasm.
Why did they rename it?
He didn't like the name Playgasm.
I like it.
Well, it's Critical Strike now, bitch. But it's better than the. He sent me an email. These were the names they were considering. Yeti Felching.
What?
Not so good.
That's
The Slap and Tickle Cast. I don't exactly understand. Mr. Hands and Friends.
I like it.
Nasseroni and Cheese.
Nasseroni.
Which is just, I don't know. Kyle's Big Reach Around.
I like it.
Decent name for a podcast. And then finally, Fuck You, We're Podcasting. But they ended up with Critical Strike, and the rest is history.
Oh, that's great.
So yeah, that's your happy 1-year anniversary.
yeah. Congratulations, guys.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
That's what I'm talking about.
So we are here today to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of us doing a podcast for a year.
Wait, I have to celebrate Nick?
Yeah, we have to celebrate Nick.
He's not here,
Oh, well, you know,
We have to celebrate in his memory.
he had a birthday.
so I have to celebrate him.
He had a birthday, though.
Well, whoop-de-doo.
That's why he's not here.
Oh, I see.
So, yeah, I mean, the podcast started a year ago. We actually released our first episode with me, Nick, and Keith, and
It was really bad.
yeah, I went back and listened to all the episodes, actually, and that one was so dry and so boring. And that was the one where Nick started off his thing where when we were doing the intro, he would yell at the very first time. But Keith, as the guy who does our editing, has the working of the podcast gotten any easier for you?
Yeah, I find that I'm doing a lot fewer cuts on each person's track. From the beginning, it was a mess. I mean, I was cutting all the way down the line. I mean, we'd have big gaps of empty space where no one would say anything, where I would have to cram it all together. Now it's not as bad, but it's still a lot of work.
There was one episode with Nick. I remember that you flipped out.
Yeah.
Do you remember that episode?
Yeah, I don't specifically remember why. I think first he had a lot of background noise.
No, it was about the clicking. There was a clicking, like a little click in his, waves.
Yeah, I have the quote up here right now, actually. And you said, normally editing the podcast isn't exactly a smooth endeavor. However, when something like what I'm about to mention happens, I really have to ask, what the fuck happened? I mean, seriously, what the fuck? And basically, to let you know, Nick at the time of doing the episode sounded like he was doing jumping jacks while he was recording. So his wire from his microphone was like bouncing up against the plastic, and Keith thought he had Tourette's.
I still think he does.
Yeah, we had quite the run of shitty episodes. I mean, one we used to record with Pamela, so the tracks weren't exactly clean, and they sounded like shit. And
Not mine. Mine always sounded good.
well, yeah, it's because you had like one recording.
Yeah.
Bastard.
But the Skype tracks always sounded like crap.
Yeah, there was times where we'd do a whole segment and we had to cut it out because Skype would end up fucking up.
And you wouldn't know it until you listened to the recording.
Yeah, that was kind of a bummer too, because there was one great discussion I remember that we had, and we ended up having to cut it out. Not that it would really matter now.
Well, that's not as bad though as the podcast that we recorded and yet didn't record because I forgot to push the button. But that was a long time ago. That was pre-Playgasm days.
No, but you know what though? I remember I did that with Nick. It was on the E3 episode. We did. What was it? It was almost a 2-hour podcast. And at the end, I go, dude, I didn't record it.
What?
Yep. I think Keith wasn't around then. He might have been getting ready for China.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm not sure. And Nick was back in New Jersey at his house, and we sat down to do a podcast for E3. I think it was the pre-E3 show. And actually, what happened is Keith couldn't make it, and we didn't know it at the time. And we ended up spending about 2 hours calling up random people on Skype, like people we didn't even know, saying, "Hey, do you want to be on our video game-based podcast?"
We should do that again sometime.
Yeah, actually we should. And
why don't we just lure some kids into our van with the promise of candy and bicycles?
You're creeping me out a little bit there.
that seems to work for you, Kyle.
Yeah, it does. I mean, hey, it's worked so
In
far.
Philadelphia. Kids are smarter in Ohio.
Also, I sell drugs in it.
But yeah, we ended up talking to this old grandmother for about an hour. And we said, "Do you play any video games?" And she's like, "Yeah, I like some of them, blah, blah, blah." But that was just so creepy that we ended up calling random people to replace Keith on one episode. Like, Nick even made a Twitter account, and he was asking people if they wanted to be on his podcast.
Yeah, his single Twitter on his Twitter account.
And I remember Nick was talking to this one chick, and he says, "Yeah, we're on the air right now, here with WFM, blah, blah, blah," some weird shit. And this lady started talking like she was really on the radio. That was kind of creepy.
That makes me sad that I never got to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we recorded them, actually. That may be something that we'll have to look into doing again in the future. But then we decided, fuck it, we're just going to do the podcast. And 2 hours later, after recording it, Nick and I hung up and left, and to my chagrin, I found out I never pressed the record button. So I ended up calling Nick back and said, "Dude, we got to do it again." That's so embarrassing.
Man, it's almost as bad as Audacity crashing, and you have to piece together your podcast twice.
Especially since now we know why it was crashing. Why don't you tell us? Why was it crashing all the time on you?
It was crashing because I'm an idiot, and I downloaded the improper version for my Mac. I downloaded it, and I've been using the PowerPC version instead of the Intel Mac version.
Oops.
Yeah.
And they say using a Mac is so simple.
It just works, except when it doesn't.
Yeah, Kyle, you've had some hiccups too along the way, and I think you came into episode 6 was your first one?
It's I don't know, let's check iTunes. What does iTunes say when I came in? That's Dave and Joel.
But I remember when...
episode 6, yeah, episode 6.
Yeah, and I remember when Keith and I were getting ready to talk about asking Nick to kind of bump out because he had a scheduling problem. We would schedule the podcast, and Nick would tend to not show up.
And I had an anger management problem due to Nick not showing up.
And I was kind of stuck in the middle of the whole thing. And we ended up asking Kyle to join us, which was actually, you know what, Keith? That was probably one of the better things we did.
Yeah, it was one of the better things you've done.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it kind of worked out. I mean, Keith has knowledge in areas outside of video games, but in video games. And I have a lot of knowledge of video games, and Kyle is the kind of cute guy that sits in the back.
Yep.
Wait, I have to slightly correct what you just said. I don't necessarily have knowledge, I have opinions. They're not necessarily based on knowledge. A lot of times it's just my gut feeling on things. So it's not necessarily that I actually know anything about what I'm talking about, I just like to blurt things out.
You are a very opinionated person, though, and that really works out. I mean...
It's great when you defend
very
your
angry.
things to the death.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true. I mean, you do. Like, if you get something stuck in your head, you will not pass on that. You're kind of like Gandalf yelling, "You shall not pass."
And then killing yourself.
Except you're not gay.
Yeah, okay. Gandalf wasn't gay.
Yeah, well,
That's
the
Voldemort.
actor is. The actor who
No,
plays Gandalf is gay.
That was
Oh yeah,
Dumbledore.
my bad.
Way to not know your Harry Potter mythos.
You're welcome.
What are you talking about, Kyle?
I'm less of a geek than Kyle. What can I say? Dumbledore was gay.
Now, Kyle, did you listen to any of the older episodes before you joined us?
Yeah, I listened to. I think I started listening around 4. So pretty
What
much
did
right
you
before
think?
he picked me up.
So what did you think of it back then?
Well, I just kind of used it to lull me to sleep. Because I like listening to your voice, Josh.
That is one thing I will say, though, about the past episodes, of like how dry we were. And dry would really be an understatement.
We're still kind of dry.
No, I wasn't talking about dry. I was just saying I like the sound of your voice. It's like a lullaby. And then I dreamed of you. It was pretty nice.
That's kind of creepy, actually.
Were you guys picking fruit together?
We were apples. In Ohio.
Hey, this is Scott, Gamertag T-Talk.
And I'm Sam, GRH Superman.
I'm Alan, Gamertag Bumblebee19.
And I'm Alfred, Gamertag Maverick 0110. And we make up the GamerHusbands podcast, and we just wanted to wish the Critical Strike podcast, Josh, Keith, and Kyle, what is it? Season's greeting?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Christmas. Merry Christmas, right?
Wait, no. Mother's Day's coming up, so probably that. Happy Mother's Day, guys.
Yeah, because they're a bunch of mothers.
Yeah, no, tell your moms we love them.
Oh, wait a second. Let me open this email. Oh, no. 1 year anniversary. Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, no, definitely. Hey, just definitely want to say thanks for being a part of the podcast community. And love you guys' show. Love the Final Fantasy talk. Keep it up, man. We love that. At least I love the Final Fantasy talk.
Paving the way for it.
Yeah. And Nazaro, I look forward to that Ken Kutaragi plushie doll, so I'll be checking my mailbox every day for that. But once again, guys, congrats. Can't wait to be able to say we did the same thing, so keep up the good work, and we look forward to your future year coming up.
Oh, yeah, and love you guys' music. Love it.
Do you either of you have a favorite episode?
I'd have to say episode 6. For the obvious reasons.
If I have a favorite episode, I think it would have to be whatever one I just finished editing. Because
21?
Yeah, but I mean, on any given Monday, as soon as I get done with it, I'm like, yeah, this is like one of our best episodes.
Yeah, I actually have a log of you saying that like every time,
Yeah,
too.
I realize I've been saying that a lot.
But episode 21 would probably be your favorite?
Yeah, when I was done with it the first time, before I saved it, it was really good, and then somehow things got screwed up when I saved the session file. It was still good,
Well,
but it was a little bit less good.
We learned that it was Audition.
Yeah,
was causing the
I'm
problem.
pretty sure it's the way Audition handles the OGG file.
And Kyle, episode 6 would be your favorite?
No, actually, I don't know what would be my favorite. Would it be, shameful if I said I like them all?
Yeah.
I'd have to
Suck
go
up.
with either 20 or 21 then.
Now, why is 21 or 20 everybody's favorite?
It's when we loosened up, and we went through new format.
Yeah, 21 was the one where I was playing MLB 08, the show, the whole time we were doing the podcast.
Yeah, 21 was pretty good. I think, though, my favorite would actually have to be either 17, which ironically Chia Hippo was on.
I was going to say, was that the one that I wasn't on?
Yes. Any episode that Keith isn't on, I love.
Yeah, it's not a coincidence.
No, yeah, 17 or, 21. I mean, 21 just kind of worked. I think we've gone through quite a few formula and format changes throughout the whole thing, and I think now we're just starting to find one that kind of works for us.
Actually, we're tossing the formula to the side.
Yep, and that's what's working.
Well, for this episode we are.
Well, I think for the last episode, to a great extent, it was more off the cuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I just realized I coughed with my microphone off.
Yeah,
On.
I'll edit that out. Except I won't.
Oh, well, yeah, you will.
People wonder where that 30 seconds just went. Now 40 seconds.
Kyle?
Yes.
So, is there anything that you would like to see us do different in the future at all?
Not really.
Ooh.
I mean, I like the way we're going.
I know.
It's going pretty good. How about you go, Keith?
Keith?
Yeah, I think we need to get more, if not interaction, input from some of our listeners. I know it seems like there's quite a few people downloading and listening or streaming our podcast, but we don't really get a lot of comments on our webpage, and that's fine. And people don't generally visit our forums, and that's fine too. But maybe we should have a little segment somewhere where people can either Skype in while we're recording, or they can Skype us before the recording and leave messages or whatever, ask questions, or just tell us to piss off.
So like a listener mail or a listener something.
You
type
could
thing.
do a talk show thing.
No, Kyle, that's stupid. I don't think, for what we do, I don't think we're the type to have a live show.
No, because
At least yet.
I don't think that I'm at least not at the point where I can watch hockey and listen to people ask me questions or say things intelligent to me. I mean, I can listen to you guys because, I generally...
We're blathering monkeys.
Yeah, well, know that, and I feel comfortable with you guys, but... I don't know, I'd just like to have some sort of voicemail or something where people can get in contact with us.
Alright, yeah. Well, lately we have been getting comments on the shows, but...
You do, I mean...
I thought we had an audio feed.
No, I mean, on the main page, we've been getting comments on the shows.
Yeah, but...
Usually by the same people, but...
Yeah, like 2 people.
Yeah. But yeah, that would definitely be something to consider for the future. Getting some interaction there and making Keith and Kyle feel special.
That's what it's all about.
I like to feel special.
Hi, this is Thrillhouse, and I just want to congratulate you guys over at Critical Strike on making it a full year.
Full year, bitches. God, you guys suck. You guys suck hard.
You know, my favorite episode definitely has to be episode 19. Just something about it, the host just came together perfectly. It was a lot of fun.
I think my favorite episode is probably episode 17 because I had the deepest voice on the show and they made everybody else seem like bitches. Plus, Tales of Symphonia is an awesome game, so fuck off.
Alright, so Kyle, you keep staying nice and cute. Keith, you stay angry, and Josh, you do what you do.
Exactly. From the 2 hosts at PSH Radio and the rest of the guys at PlatformNation.com, happy 1 year, bitches.
We love you!
So, anything else you guys want to bring up?
Nope. Oh, yeah.
Kyle?
I'd like the podcast to be nice and short, like, 20 minutes, so I don't have to spend 4 hours editing them.
Well, that's another thing, too. If you look back at a lot of the older episodes, mainly under the Playgasm name, they were usually around like an hour and a half. And I think Keith and I, pretty much around the same time, decided it's time to start like going for a shorter podcast.
Yeah, shorter is definitely better. I mean, look at not PSH Radio, but crap, I'm looking through. There it is. Shit, where is it? Player One podcast. That's it. I mean, I love their podcast, but after an hour, my ADD starts to kick in, and I need to listen to something else. So I have probably 50 unfinished podcasts from Player One. I feel bad.
I wouldn't. They have nothing to say, anyways. So,
Wow.
Yeah. Well, Kyle, what can I say? Any podcast that has a Canadian on it and they're proud about that, I can't respect.
They're proud about it?
They're proud about it.
Those wacky Canadians.
And they're floppy heads.
Welcome to the Player One podcast for Monday.
No, that's wrong.
What?
That's not what we're doing here.
Didn't you get the memo?
No. Wait, what is this?
We're here to say happy 1-year anniversary to the Critical Strike podcast.
Who?
Was that one of those
Critical
iPod
Strike.
music casts?
Oh,
Yeah.
Really? Are they good?
Yes. Yeah.
Excellent.
You sound so enthusiastic. Yes, they are.
They are good.
How many? Okay, wait now, because we've done
there-
this before, and I think it was for Fanboys.
Yeah.
Was it?
And they did something like 3 podcasts in their first year.
Something like that.
So how many of these guys?
These guys, they just did their 21st, so the anniversary show is number 22.
Oh my god!
What? Really?
So
We just did more podcasts than that since we started this greeting.
oh,
Snapu.
that's some good smack talk because Critical Strike is like the smack talk podcast. Like every episode, it's unbelievable.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
each
them
other.
already.
Yeah.
Except I couldn't go to their website. I wanted to go check it out before we,
What are you talking about? I'm there right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't working for me.
Critical, and then -strike.org.
.org. Yeah.
It didn't work.
Then your Canadian computer is busted.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
They got that Canada firewall on there.
Yeah.
Canada Internet.
Are you
not
remembering the
allowed.
hyphen? You need that hyphen.
Yeah.
That
I think
hyphen
it's
is,
important.
as they say.
strike with a U.
It's not criticalstrike.edu. It's .org.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. The Canadian version is Critical Strike, but you spell strike with a U. Critical Stroke.
Well, that doesn't even make sense.
No, it
No,
doesn't.
you're right. That was my attempt at a
Wow.
full joke. This is going
It was-
nowhere.
No.
No, it really isn't. I'll say one good thing about the Critical Strike podcast is they have a MegaMan sprite in their logo, so that's fine by me.
I figured.
It wins
That's
the
a
seal
really
of
favorite
approval. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Is Greg going there now?
Yeah.
Good.
He's doing that patented research.
I swear it didn't work a minute ago.
You sure you entered it correctly?
Hey, there's the Critical Strike logo. It's got Mega Man in it, Phil.
Told ya.
Yeah, welcome
That's
to
crap.
That's
30
why I love it.
seconds ago.
But seriously, 21 episodes in a year? Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad.
Congratulations, Josh, Keith, and Kyle for 1 year of podcasting.
Thanks
Here's
for
to
linking
another
us
21
on your page.
Here's to another 21 episodes.
Yeah.
In the
which
second
we'll
year.
do in like 2 months.
Yeah.
Snap! Ouch. Now that's a
Snapu.
critical strike. Thank you.
Very
I
nice.
think, I think we're done here.
I think we're done.
Happy anniversary.
Are they even going to play it? Really?
What?
Are they even going to play this?
If I was them, I wouldn't.
Or we spend most of the time being like, we're a much better podcast.
I think that's hilarious.
That was
That's the
great.
fun, though. That's the
Yeah.
joke. That's the smack talk.
Yeah, we learned it from watching them.
Oh man, their intro music's a remix of Mega Man 3's opening theme.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're just
Damn.
listening to it for the first time?
No, I just read it on the box. I'm not listening to it. I just read it on.
Read it on the box.
Okay.
Is that what you?
I read it on their website. Don't put that in the greeting.
You looked at the back of the box.
Yeah, that's right. Just like all my reviews.
I'll put that in the greeting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely doing that.
Video Game Music Challenge. This is our 1 year anniversary of the Video Game Music Challenge, too. Yay!
Josh just made that up. The Video Game Music Challenge. Off the top of his Yeti head.
What? You know what, though? This Yeti thing, it's going to retire after the 1 year.
Says you.
No,
Yeah.
because if I told Kyle to give up the Asian boy thing for you,
That's
the Yeti
different.
thing's dying.
That's completely different.
Yeah, this isn't implying that Keith's a pedophile.
Well, not just that, but I mean, you're genetically a Yeti. You can't change that.
Look, it's either gonna go to Yeti or Lumberjack. So,
Can we at least like mix it up and like this year have it be Sasquatch?
Yeah, Sasquatch.
Okay. Sasquatch has already been mentioned, though.
Yeah, once on the episode where I said anybody who uses Yeti is getting banned from the podcast, and then I said Yeti.
Can we just call him Bumble? Bumble's the abominable snowman from Rudolph.
That's a pretty funny name.
Dude, I can't believe you remember that, but you didn't remember when Kyle did Swedish Chef?
Yeah, seriously. How could you not remember Swedish Chef?
I remember the Swedish Chef. I just thought it was dumb.
Wow. Alright, well, anyways, last episode's video game music challenge was from Earthbound. I don't think Kyle ever played that game.
No, I didn't have I didn't have a SNES.
Epic fail. And, yeah, nobody got it right.
I asked for one for Christmas, though, but I got a Sega instead.
It's because your parents don't love you, Kyle. Haven't you learned that haven't you learned that yet?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, by the way, happy Mother's Day to Kyle's mom.
Yeah. Also, my parents pretty much told my sister they didn't love her because they're going to Italy instead of going to my sister's college graduation.
Nice.
Nice. Well, your sister can come spend time with me.
Also, my sister's a mistake, but, whatever.
Montage of quotes from the 1 year of releases we did. I put this together earlier in the week. Actually, finished it last night. And, yeah, we hope that you guys enjoy it, because Kyle liked it.
Yeah, I did. It was very seamless. However, you folks out there listening, there should be one thing you should notice. There's a lot less Josh than there is of me. It's mostly me and Keith.
That's never good.
Well, there's a reason. There's a reason why. If I focused more on me, then you guys would say, "Oh, well, it's all Josh."
No, we wouldn't. We know it's all about you.
Kyle would.
Yeah, but we already know it's all about you, Josh. I mean, this podcast wouldn't exist if it weren't for you.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't, because the podcast actually started because of you.
Yeah, but we don't need to get into this. Anyway, enjoy the clips.
Yeah.
Even though it's all about Josh.
Yep.
Fucker.
Definitely didn't just buy Shadowrun.
Yeah, it wasn't a game that begins with Shadow and ends in Run.
And it was the only game that I bought, yeah.
Didn't some little Best Buy employee try to get you to sign a waiver, that way you won't bring the game back?
This guy's like a fucking hobbit. He comes up to me. They had the Xbox 360 in the back. So this guy acts like he's doing me a favor by going to the back and getting it for me. And he goes, "So, what games you looking to get? Need any help picking things?" And I just have a copy of Shadowrun in my hands. And he looks at it. He's like, "Oh, Shadowrun. Oh. Hey, could I suggest Rainbow Six Vegas instead? That game's got good multiplayer." I'm like, "Fuck you, Hobbit. God, go to Mount Doom and throw yourself in the lava. I want to fucking buy this game."
Oh yeah, I'd like to say that I'm currently drinking Mountain Dew Game Fuel Halo Edition.
That's gay.
Are you serious? Oh yeah?
That's gay, dude.
Oh god.
I wanted to try it.
Not on the podcast.
So I bought
Don't do something new on the podcast. No, that just means another hour of editing.
He's gonna be juiced. He's
gonna be slurring his speech and stuttering.
It kind of tastes disgusting, but I'm gonna keep drinking it.
Isn't it orange flavored or something?
Yeah.
That's kind of embarrassing.
Other than that, I didn't do a whole lot this week. Spent some time editing the podcast, last week's podcast. Once again, I apologize for the sound quality. That's I'm to blame for that. We were experimenting with a few different ways of recording, and we did our tracks individually, and that's why the sound quality is a little bit different between each of our voices. And we were using Audacity, and we had some issues with background noise. Hopefully we'll have that sorted out for next week, and that's about it.
I think I sounded sexy, damn it.
Josh, you always sound sexy.
Thank you.
In that high-pitched, whiny, gay sort of way.
I'm not doing the rest of the podcast.
Yes, you are.
My number one, which I'm probably going to get a lot of grief for, is the Steel Battalion controller.
What the fuck, Kyle?
The Steel Battalion is a game where you look at it and you know exactly what you're getting into. Something very complicated, something very in-depth. I liked that. The controller's set up not even 3 feet in front of me.
Okay.
It's just something... It makes you actually feel like you're in the game.
I have a question for you, though.
Yeah.
Did you pay for this at full retail price?
No, I did not. I got it used for $100. I think the person might have played it only once or twice.
Even $100, I would say you got fucked in the ass.
I don't care. I love that game.
I don't think I've used another controller more than I've had the NES controller. Yeah, I've never used any other controller, as far as I know of. Maybe the DualShock. Than I did the NES controller. It was just... so classic. I loved it. 2 buttons, start, select, D-pad, that's it. Nothing. Simple. Basic.
My only big qualm with it is it was so angular. It would hurt after a while. But other than
Why
that...
are you guys such a pussy?
It's rough.
I don't get it.
We don't have Yeti skin like you do.
Yeah, Jesus
I
Christ.
didn't have it back then either.
You did.
You're a freaking Yeti. A baby Yeti is a Yeti regardless.
That was little Yeti.
You still have leathery skin. Normal humans do not have that.
I hope your save gets corrupted again.
Moving on. My number 3 is Final Fantasy 1. This is kind of a game that I don't want to beat, but I want to beat at the same time. This is the first Final Fantasy I ever played. I played it when I was like 6. And the common trend in this is my save file kept on getting corrupted because my Nintendo sucked ass. So I'd save it.
I think it's you.
It's not me. I saved the game. I went to the inn, I saved the game, and then it erased itself. Probably because the battery was dead. Or dying.
You have unnaturally high levels of electrostatic running through your fingers.
Maybe. I did grow up underneath some power lines. It would explain the retardness.
All right. Mm-hmm.
You win this round.
He makes a very good point.
Although, I think he is trying to,
That would be awesome if you had no hands, though.
I'd kind of suck. I think he is trying to extend his will, because I have many broken fingers, or dislocated fingers, or jammed fingers. 3 on each hand.
So you didn't even tell us about your fingers.
They're all kind of football or roofing related incidents.
Probably shouldn't be playing football on the roof.
No, I was playing football for the school or with people, and then I went to roof because I did roofing work.
I see.
You were taking roofies?
Yes. I like being passed out and then being raped.
While playing football on the roof.
While playing football on the roof.
And then when you were done being raped, they would corrupt your game save files.
And step on my hands.
Man, you got shitty luck.
Yeah, I do. I just made a major breakthrough, though, in my therapy classes. Things are starting to look good. I got a great outlook on life now.
Should we ask why?
Well, I've accepted that me being raped wasn't really my fault. You know, I didn't really flaunt my anus to any of the rapers, so it's all their fault.
Cue transition music.
It's a good thing you're studying psychology.
Yeah, it is. It really helped me. It's really helping me cope with the things that have happened to me.
And you can deal with Josh a little bit more easily.
The thing is with Josh is that he reminds me of my very abusive father. So having him yell at me and abuse me verbally is kind of like having my dad around.
That's awesome.
I've never yelled at you. Shut up.
That's not true.
I'm not denying abusing you, but I've never yelled at you.
And then
That's not true.
This is the part where Keith cuts in all the times where you just called me stupid or a Jew.
Yeah. Or I hate you.
I've had nothing but love and adoration for you, Josh. And here you are, spurting me.
It's true.
I'm tired, Josh. I just want to lay down and, have us be friends. Without the yelling and the screaming.
Actually, he just wants to take some roofies and pass out. And let you have your way.
So I really think at this point we should consider moving on with the podcast.
Yes, we should.
Yes, we should. I'll restart from scratch for Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. That'll be a swell 100 hours of playing. I did enjoy the game, though. Probably the best game to play in the bathroom ever.
No, Picross DS is. Dude, I'm telling you, remember last week I sent you that message?
Yeah,
maybe 2 weeks ago?
You numbed your testicles playing it for so long.
Yeah, I was playing Picross DS on the toilet for so long that my legs went numb and then my balls went numb.
Oh, you should just take up cycling then.
Everything has the fourth dimension, except for 2D games, because they really don't have the third dimension.
No, just the PlayStation 3 has the fourth dimension.
Explain this to me.
Alright, back when Sony was announcing the PlayStation 3, either Ken Kutaragi or Kaz Harari, one of the two, made mention that the PlayStation 3 takes things to the fourth dimension. It utilizes the fourth dimension. Only the PS3 does this, Kyle. You need one.
What do you mean only the PS3?
You can tell just by looking at their games. It's amazing.
Do you know the laws of fourth dimension, Josh?
Do you know how great Sony is?
Kinda, yeah. I know, Sony's pretty awesome.
Don't argue with me.
Just don't have good PR.
Indeed. But the fourth dimension is amazing. Thank you, Sony. You opened my eyes.
Do you know what the 3 dimensions are, Josh?
Yeah?
Well, in order for those 3 dimensions to exist, they need the 4th dimension, which is time. They need to exist somewhere in time to actually exist. All games have that.
And time was developed by Ken Kutaragi.
I'm gonna need to see your citation for that.
Sony would not lie.
Ken Kutaragi could not have designed time itself and the super awesome sound for the Super Nintendo. I just can't believe that.
Oh, he did. The man is fucking amazing. If he wasn't a man, I would totally do him. Hell, I'd bang him anyways. It doesn't matter.
Your Yeti statue would break his small Japanese frame.
Yeah, she was annoying.
She was better than Navi.
No, that's another thing that annoys me about Zelda games was they have that same type of thing in Phantom Hourglass. Hey! And
who does it this time?
I don't know, some sprite bitch. It's not Navi, but yeah. All of them are really annoying. Fucking Zelda.
Man, at least in Wind Waker, you had a talking dragon boat. That was just cool.
Yeah, I remember that because I played the demo for Wind Waker. That was pretty cool.
And you'd just be like, hey, you should do this. I have a deep, manly dragon voice. And I was like, okay, cool, you're a dragon boat. A talking dragon boat.
That is pretty badass.
His name was King of Lions.
Alright.
Just an awesome boat.
Shut up.
If I had a boat, I'd name it King of Lions.
Can I move on now?
I guess.
No more Wind Waker talk, ever?
No, there'll be Wind Waker talk. Every time you bring up Final Fantasy VI, I'll bring up Wind Waker.
That's not fair, Kyle.
It's fair to me.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it
Final
is.
Fantasy VI is a good game. Well, I am a Yeti. You always tell me.
You are a Yeti. But now you just won't be a mythical monster, you'll be a history monster.
Yes.
You're gonna be
All right.
Hitler. You're the Hitler of podcasts. How's that make you feel?
Pretty good, actually.
With your toothbrush mustache and your bad haircut and bags under your eyes. Stupid monstrous Yeti. Eat people.
But yeah, the thing with Mario Galaxy is you have to use the nunchuck to move around, and it has like a really loose analog stick, like all other Nintendo controllers. And if you're going around a planet, right, and you can't see in front of you if you're up at the highest point of the planet before the camera rolls over, then you don't know what you're walking into. Like, I kept falling off the middle of this planet and going and dying because I couldn't see what was in front of me. And it's hard to control as is because you have this shitty control scheme because Nintendo is a bunch of fucking pig fuckers.
Would you say it was as bad as Tomb Raider?
I've never played Tomb Raider.
Can I beep out the word pig fucker?
No.
When we change to Critical Strike, I'm gonna beep out the word pig fucker.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Just bleep out the word pig.
We're gonna go
Beep out the word
funnier that way.
We'll go PG-13 with Critical Strike.
Beep out the word
No.
Well, you've only said my name like twice, so I guess it's fine.
Like,
Yeah.
shut up. You know, Kyle,
What?
I think it's time to kick Keith out when we turn to Critical Strike.
Oh, that's just the Robitussin talking. Don't mind me.
Are we gonna have Nick pitch hit?
But Keith, you have to admit though that in the last year there has been so many games that reinvented the wheel, and to see something like this, it's different.
All right, I have an answer for you, but go ahead and do your number one before I give you my answer to that.
Okay. Ah, god damn it. My number one is Call of Duty 4 for the Xbox 360.
Yeah, reinventing the what?
The
Go
wheel.
ahead. Tell us about Call of Duty 4.
It's a shooter.
Hey, what does it do that's new?
I get to kill people.
Okay. Here's the deal. Both of you have a sequel as your number one game, and then you talk about what's innovative and what's new in gaming. And I'm just gonna say, there's nothing new in gaming. All these games are just reinventing the wheel. They're just putting different twists on it. 2007, I think, was a really down year for games, and I've been very disappointed in 2007's games.
Keith?
That's all.
Keith?
Yeah.
I'd just like to say fuck you for drawing me into that trap.
Alright, you're welcome.
I actually want to give you a round of applause for doing that. God damn it, Josh! Fine. My number two is playing Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles alone. Defeating the purpose of that game. It was me with the Game Boy controller. I didn't even use the Game Boy Advance. I said the Game Boy. The GameCube controller. I didn't even use the Game Boy. So it was me deciding whether or not to hold the little jar or give it to the Mog. Or Moogle. I forget what it was called in that game. It was just depressing, because I played a party game all by myself. I didn't realize it then, but I realize it now, that was kind of sad. Really, really sad.
This is what you get, Kyle, for putting your faith in the GameCube that promised to have online, but didn't.
Yep, and the best thing, I played it during freshman year in lieu of socializing with other people. Freshman year of college.
Epic fail.
Epic fail indeed. And my number one is trying to play EverQuest. I heard about this game at Request, and I heard it was really good, so I went out and bought it, and then I paid like $70 or $80 for like a 6-month subscription, and I played it for 5 minutes before I uninstalled it.
You didn't give it to 3 hours?
No. I honestly did not. I couldn't even move in that game. It was me trying to, because I never played an MMO before that, so it was me trying to figure out what the fuck to do. I didn't know how to, type type in like W for this thing or / this. It was all weird and new, and the manual wasn't helping, and no one helped me.
You do know that game had a tutorial built into it, right?
Yeah, I know, and I couldn't read the tutorial.
Hooked on phonics.
I know. I couldn't do the tutorial. Like, I did what the tutorial said. Like, go over to this guy, press this, and do that. And I did it, and it wouldn't work. Like, the first thing is you have to give this thing to some guy, and I couldn't trade it to him or give it to him. So after 3 or 4 minutes of trying this, I got angry and gave up.
So you never even got past the tutorial?
No, I didn't.
Alright, Keith, go on with your list.
That's why it's the worst game component ever.
Keith, go. Would be getting hit in the nards by a PlayStation 1 controller.
Oh, God,
What's
I love
a nard
that movie.
My balls. My 1080p
What
balls.
man's got nards?
Why didn't you just say that?
Because nards sound better.
We have foreign listeners, Josh, who are not going to know what nards are. Now they will.
Yeah, now they will. I'm educating through my
do you
pain.
want us to say ghoulies?
No. Family jewels. Testicles.
My balls were hit by a controller.
Carcassonne, my average game's like 15 minutes. It's just something like, I'm about to go to bed. I'll play a game of Carcassonne first. And then I, drift off to sleep, dreaming of Yetis.
You dream of me?
Yes, I do.
What is Yeti mating season?
It's, when Wookiees are getting choked, that's what it sounds like. And then you also hear sounds like someone cramming their hand in a mayonnaise jar really fast. It's kind of disgusting.
I don't know what that sounds like, but please don't.
You should do it.
No, that's all right.
Go on. And I'll give you Kyle if you win.
Wait, give me how?
That's no kind of prize.
Like, physically or spiritually?
Both.
Your virginity.
That's already been taken.
By Josh.
Hee.
Alright, hold on, because I gotta take a piss. And you guys are coming with me for the ride.
Woohoo! I'm gonna shake it when you're done.
Okay. I'm comfortable with that.
This is going into the podcast.
Is it?
I was gonna use a taser. Or salad tongs, I'm not sure.
There we go.
I don't hear any stream. Oh, no.
Well, I can't really bend over while I'm peeing. That'd be very awkward.
You can bend over after you're done peeing, I'm sure.
Doesn't even make sense.
Yes, it does. You said you liked the from behind thing. Did he just stop in the middle and then start again?
What?
Josh, are you there?
No, I flushed the toilet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright.
I didn't hear any hands being washed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, when I learned how to pee, I learned how to pee not on my hands.
I hate to tell you this, but when you put your thing back in your pants, all that stuff is like still in the tube, and then it comes out in your underwear, and then when you touch it, it's like all rubbed up against your penis again. So yeah, all that urine doesn't matter.
Do you know what's in urine?
Yeah, lots of bacteria.
Water and ammonia.
And lots of bacteria.
That's feces.
Both.
You could actually use urine as a disinfectant.
I think it would kill fungus. What's next, Josh?
I'm giving you both a fail award.
VGM challenge?
Was Kyle back in his little spot?
I'm back in my little spot.
Without washing his hands.
It doesn't matter. I
Yes, it
wash my
does.
hands after I take a crap. Because that's just sanitary.
Yeah, but you don't wipe, so I don't see what the point is.
Alright.
You wipe?
Yeah, I use
Oh
a
my
leaf.
god, that's what that paper's for.
Well, you probably have a bidet.
The 3 shells.
Wow, did you just...
Yeah,
Oh,
you
that
did.
movie's terrible.
Yeah, it is. Wesley Snipes not my favorite actor. Be well, Josh.
So, knowing that, I will go 5-1 as we have in the past, and again, we'll try and be shorter on this if we possibly can, unless we break into some hilarious commentary about fapping, since fapping was the theme of last week's podcast. So, number 5, for the DS, the ultimate system shower, Nintendogs. I want to jerk it to their cuteness. It's such a freaking great game if you're by yourself.
Well, see, we got our DSs around the same time, actually, and we got this game, I think, at the same time as well.
Yep.
And we had a little competition between us with our dogs. Like, mine was named MegaMan, obviously. And what was the name of your dog?
Bigsley.
Yeah, Bigsley, that's
Freaking
right.
champion.
Bigsley was a champion.
The black and brown dachshund. So, yeah, the game is great. I mean, it shows off the mic, it shows off the touchpad, it shows off, the graphics even. I mean, those dogs look pretty damn solid for being on a DS, which is, not saying a lot, but it says enough. I mean, that game just had a lot to offer and really was, I love the shit out of that game when I was by myself. The moment anyone was around, I, freaking felt like a faggot and I put it away.
We were so ridiculed by our friends for playing this game, though. We really were.
I think that's the biggest problem is, I bet you in Japan, people are probably, sticking out their chest like they're the biggest men in the world as they sit there and bathe their little dog named Princess or something like that.
Like, I was playing this game at work, and I was like, Mega Man jump! Mega Man jump! And everybody's just looking at me all funny, and they're like, fucking freak. And I was like, you wish you had a fucking dog!
Yeah. I hope your dog gets run over by a lawnmower, bitch!
Alright. that's about it for Mark's.
Nothing for Nintendo?
Oh, Nintendo. Alright. Yeah. And the funny thing is, out of everybody I know, I probably, vice the casual games, I own probably the most Wii games out of most people I know, with the last one I bought being No More Heroes and Endless Ocean.
I heard No More Heroes was awesome.
It is pretty awesome. I really hope there's a port to the 360 or something like that so more people can play it.
Kyle, don't you think that Street Fighter 2 to Josh is the equivalent of masturbation to an adolescent boy?
Yeah, I would have to say. That's a pretty accurate description.
He's not really getting anywhere, and it's just self-gratification.
Well, I mean, he's probably already developed calluses, on his wing-dang doodle.
Yeah, and just like masturbation, he does it multiple times a day.
4 times, actually.
I think he's a masturbation addict.
It was a really good time, though.
I think you need to check your ego in the real world before you start doing it online on video games.
I think you need to shut the fuck up, you little bitch.
Transition music.
No.
We're doing this segment all wrong,
Am I?
No, not you, personally. I think the three of us are. It should be...
How?
I get to talk about Josh. Josh gets to talk about you, and then you get to talk about me, since you know the least about me. That way, I get the least exposure. But I get to say the most about Josh.
Well, I think that's crap. Because I could just make up so much shit. For instance, I could call you a pedophile.
We could just both talk about
Josh. I could call you a serial rapist.
Yeah, you guys can both talk about me after mine. I don't care.
Well, okay. I really don't have many bad things to say about you. Except that you're kind of a demi-human. But that's not really that's not really a flaw. It's just an interesting thing about you.
It's a genetic fact.
Yeah, I know that Jet Set Grind or whatever the hell is better.
Jet Grind Radio
You
was
know what?
much better.
Fuck you. Yeah, Jet Grind Radio, that's right.
So much anger.
And hate.
And fear.
You need some love.
You need to focus it more at Kyle.
No, don't focus it at Kyle. Kyle always gets the hate.
Can you say that I've ever been in the time that you've known me, Kyle,
Yeah, I think if we look back in the podcast, there will be times when you go, yeah, you know what? I love Nintendo. Screw you guys. I'll defend Nintendo no matter what.
There was a time when he was really optimistic about Nintendo, but I think that was before the Wii came out or just after the Wii came out when he was still optimistic that they were going to come out with great games and have legitimate, decent online capabilities. But lately, since he got that Kutaragi plush toy, he hasn't really been talking very nice about Microsoft.
I do love my plush King Kutaragi.
With lifelike parts.
It's anatomically correct.
We all know what he's doing with it.
I don't. Why don't you tell us?
Sucking on it, the penis.
Stop! Don't go there!
I just did.
Oh, that's for a segment later in the podcast.
Yeah.
Well, Josh clearly isn't defending himself, so he is. I mean, it's not my fault he, does things to a doll. Sexually.
You know what, though? When Critical Strike actually makes it, I'm gonna make a Kyle plush doll. For all the people
awesome.
out there. Can I get through an episode without Kyle interrupting me?
No.
I'm gonna say no. Wait, yeah, if Kyle's not on one episode.
Har.
We're not so lucky.
Why are you being so mean, Josh? You know everyone loves me.
So, that is our 1 year in basically history. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I know I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah, how long did it take you to splice all that together?
A year?
Well, no, yeah. I was cutting them each episode as we were releasing them. So that I finally had to, bring back my old hard drive, throw it in, and put them on there and build it together. But no, I mean, throwing it together took me about a couple hours. The biggest part is I had to listen to every episode, which...
Torture.
24-hour plus of content.
Yeah, that was not very easy. I actually fell asleep during one of the episodes.
I believe it.
Which one?
I can't remember. It might have been episode 7 or 8. It had Kyle in it, I remember that.
Well, it couldn't have been 7 because 7 was Nick.
Yeah, it had you, so... But yeah, I actually fell asleep listening to one of the episodes, which I'm kind of glad that we don't do it the way that we used to. Because, yeah, they were bad. I think I actually quoted to Keith once saying, if I knew then what I know about podcasting now, I would have quit. So, yeah, Kyle, do you have any shoutouts for this episode?
Yes, to Nancy, who has to restart Final Fantasy VII because she can't collect huge materia to save her life. Literally. And also to Spartacus, who's been shedding his scoots.
Yeah, I saw Spartacus today. That guy's a beast. Or that turtle, I should say.
He's like 3 inches long.
So that's it? Because you have one more.
And also to Chia Hippo for playing Halo 3 with me the other day. By that, I mean 2 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
No, it was 2 weeks ago. Was it 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, because it was right after that last episode and my 360 wouldn't read the disc.
Alright, 3 weeks ago. Thanks, Chia. And that'd be it.
Keith, do you have any shoutouts?
Yeah, I'd like to throw a shout out to my nephew Nick in Germany. Nick Maselli, former member of the podcast. Kyle Dumont, who has been a very, very solid addition to the podcast. And to Josh Bicknell, without whom we would not be doing this podcast.
Oh, damn you, Keith, for showing me up.
Yeah, really, wow. That was pretty deep. And I would like to give a shout out to Nancy for having to start over Final Fantasy VII again. Epic fail. Shout out to Chia Hippo, to Thrillhouse 17, to Kyle Dumont for being a great addition to the podcast. You make a great
I make
partner.
a great mascot.
And yeah, no, because Nancy's the mascot.
Nancy's the mascot. Make a great bringer of the mascot.
Yeah, because she's really the only reason why you're here.
I thought it was because we needed a gaming nerd on the podcast.
That could be it too. So
Wait, you just needed a nerd to fill the ranks? Thanks.
We'll go with the Nancy one though, because that sounds better.
Also, I'm less offended.
A shout out to Keith Harbort, my co-host, who without him, I wouldn't even be podcasting. He kind of kicked me in the balls for a year to do it.
That guy sucks.
No, and he edits every one of our podcasts. Seriously, that takes a lot. So without him, there wouldn't be a podcast. He is the glue that holds us together.
About time you realize that.
He is my damn evil editing genius.
It's damn mad evil editing genius, but yeah.
Yeah, way to get that right. It's written down on the website.
Is it?
Yeah, it's his little quote tagger thingy.
Oh, you didn't put that in there, did you?
Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah, it's on the side right underneath his icon.
Wow.
You put it on there.
And
Epic fail.
I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, did I? I don't remember. Dude, you know I don't remember like things past yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
And Critical Strike as a whole would like to give a thanks to the GamerHusbands. Thank you for your quote. We love you guys.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Player One Podcast. Yeah, I got nothing to say about you guys.
You guys are jerks.
Yeah, we're so much better than you.
Thanks, question mark.
It's all about quality, not quantity. You may have like 50,000 podcasts, but we're better.
No, it's true though. Player One, those guys are great. They put out a great show. They know a lot about the gaming industry, and I have a lot of respect for them. But you guys better watch it back at PAX. I'm telling you. PSH Radio, thank you.
Thanks.
It's great. It's great to know you guys, and you've been a part of our history. Steve519, thank you. The Fanboys, well, geez. That was great. Such, Josh, and Mick there, thank you. We appreciate it. And the Megas. Yeah, you guys are great. Everybody go out and buy the Megas album. It's $10. You can buy it off the website. Do it. Support these guys. They're great.
It is a good album. Josh sent it to me the other day, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I sent Kyle some of the songs, and he loved it. And so, yeah, one more thing. As of tonight, Critical Strike is joining Platform Nation.
Woohoo!
Gasp.
Yep. We are joining up with many other great podcasts and a nice little community that hopefully will work out for us. But some of the other shows that you should check out on Platform Nation are, again, the Fanboys. We love them. PSH Radio, whenever they come out with an episode, probably about 5 months from now, we'll listen to it. XBL Radio, The Gamers Pub, TQcast, Squad XP, The Video Game Jocks, a very niche podcast, but they're alright. And Gamehounds, great.
What about Dave and Joel? They're also a good video game podcast.
But they're not part of Platform Nation, Kyle.
Oh, I probably should have been paying attention to you then, huh?
I'll edit that out.
Yeah.
Sorry, someone walked into the room and I got distracted. Also a shiny thing.
So, yeah, we're glad to be part of Platform Nation, and here's to another year. I mean, thank you guys for joining me.
You're welcome.
Thank you for having me and inviting me, and not killing me.
Oh, well.
Maybe that's what...
That's for next year.
Yeah, Keith. Actually, we could do an on-the-air killing of Kyle.
It's the year 2 extravaganza, live, well, pre-recorded murder.
Maybe the end of next year.
That might actually work.
Or maybe you guys could do a live cast of me being murdered.
Well, he lives in Philadelphia. He might not last another year.
Yeah, that's true.
That is Critical Strike episode 22, our 1-year episode. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and we look forward to doing it again. So that's it.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Later.
Goodbye.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Steve, also known as Steve519. I'm the editor-in-chief over at PlatformNation.com, and whenever I'm not scratching my own ass, I'm listening to the Clitorial Strike podcast with hosts of Kyle, Keith, and that really annoying guy Josh, who I really hate, and I think he should die. So, yes, go ahead and check him out. Clitorial Strike podcast. It is by far one of the best podcasts out there. So, congratulations, you guys, on your 1-year anniversary. Hopefully, we'll have another, at least a year of you guys. Hopefully. I kind of hope, in a way. A bad way. Alright, take it easy, guys.
Welcome to my level, my name is Metal Man. I throw metal blades from my metal hands. I dance around with style and finesse. Better watch out for these blades, or you'll end up headless. You want to fight and try to beat me, want to bring me down, but I know that there's no chance. And I know as soon as you step inside that door, you'll fall victim to my metal dance. On the metal blades convey your belt and funk. They bend to my metal will, turning my enemies to jump. So if you think you can take me on, step inside my metal cave and we'll bounce to the ring of dawn. You want to fight and try to be the one to bring me down, but I know that there's no chance. And I know as soon as you step inside that door, you'll fall victim to my metal dance. It's coming down to the hour of the fight. I was built by Dr. Wiley, you were built by Dr. Light. See the robot better, let's see who built the space. Take the first shot, Mega Man, let's put it to the test. You want to fight and try to be the one to bring me down, but I know that there's no chance. And I know as soon as you step foot inside that door, you'll fall victim to my metal dance.
So, Kyle, do you have any shoutouts for this episode?
I'm gonna give a shout out to Nancy, who has to restart Final Fantasy VII because she can't get huge materia. And then I'd like to give a shout out to Chia Hippo for playing with me, and to a shout out to Gamer
No,
Husbands.
Kyle, don't
What?
give a
What?
shout out. I'm doing that.
Oh, come on. All right. I'm going to give out a shout out to the Fanboys, 1 for mentioning and 2 for giving us a name for another podcast.
Kyle.
What?
You don't learn.
Edit it. Take 3.
So, Kyle, do you have any shoutouts? Take 4. So, Kyle, do you have any shoutouts?
Yes, to Nancy, who has to restart Final Fantasy VII because she can't collect huge materia to save her life. Literally. And also to Spartacus, who's been shedding his scoots.
Yeah, I saw Spartacus today. That guy's a beast. Or that
He's like
turtle,
3 inches
I
long.
should say. And, so that's it? Because you have one more.
Well,
Do we have to do a
G
take
Hippo for
5?
playing with me. I mean, could mention others, but I'll get yelled at.
So, take 5. Kyle, do you have any shoutouts?
Oh, come on. Really?
Take 6. Kyle, do you have any shoutouts?
Yes, to Nancy, who has to restart Final Fantasy VII because she can't collect huge materia to save her life. And also to Chia Hippo for playing Halo 3 with me the other day. By that, I mean 2 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
No, it was 2 weeks ago. Was it 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, because it was right after that last episode and my 360 wouldn't read the disc.
Alright, 3 weeks ago. Thanks, Chia. And that'd be it.